Hello, fellow swivel heads. It's Greg Allison. Extreme late night on Green Rigs here tonight. Yes, it is 21 July 21. Time on deck is 3100 hours Central Daylight Time. And guys, this actually is the 60th anniversary of the launch of Liberty Bell 7, which was the second suborbital Mercury flight, the day after the very second suborbital space tourism flight, right? How coincidental. And it just so happens that they recovered Liberty Bell 7 on July the 20th, 1999. So, all right, so much for that. So what comes our way, guys? The sun is cooking. China's cooking. And the whole world is shooking. We got a lot cooked going on, guys. So my friend, hey, we got one guy, 5 people in the chat room. Yeah, I've got one of our followers kind of got on to me and said he was about to slit his wrist with a fastest spoon if I didn't go live. Arnold Smith, he's not in here yet. He hasn't found us yet, I don't think. So let's see how long it takes him to discover we're live here. If you don't find me, I'll get to laugh at him later, right? Well, hello, Sweeps in Granny Atlanta. Yeah, it's late here. Extreme late. I'm not going to be on a very long time. I just thought I'd do a real quick on. The sun is cooking, and we can show some little bit of what's going on there in a moment. We've got space weather. There's a whole new sunspot turning around our direction. Apparently, it's kicking out Y class flares that might gear up to something bigger. So let's have a look at what comes this way. Bing. I'll check this thing and let me expand it. I really hate that I have to open that when I want it. I have to fight Zoom in order to control my screen here. Every time I go up to grab a tab, Zoom's control tab is lower down, so it's aggravating. Alrighty, guys, what was I trying to do here? That got me off my quest here. There we are. So I'm going to spam this. There we go. Here we are, guys. Something flare Y fast comes this way on the southeastern limb of the sun, seething with activity. Late hours of July the 19th. Well, that must be closer by now. Long duration solar flares. Well, the X-class flares came from this sunspot when it turned around behind the sun, and so now we should be seeing it back too. But look at this guy's cooking down here. So what's coming, guys? We're a day behind on this. We'll have to see what the update. Yeah. We'll have to see what the update. But always on. They got a thing there forecast for flares and X and Y casts. It's always like nothing on it, never changes. So this little NOAA forecast seems to me to be pretty useless. Oh, they finally updated this chart. Okay. About time they updated that chart. Nothing comes near, as far as we can tell, with near-Earth asteroids. One came 1.2 lunar distances on the 15th. This one was we discovered kind of after the fact. So here we are, right here now, on the 21st. Several near, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shoot by on today. Fortunately, none are coming in close, and nothing else is seen on here that's between us and the moon. That's good. That's good. We don't want to see that too soon. So there we are on some of the space weather. And over here we got windy. And we've been getting a lot of rain. So I like to sometimes just do the rain accumulations. Let's see, rain and thunder. Up at the moment, rain accumulations. That's always why is it always forecast ahead? Next, this is the forecast accumulations. That's not really accumulations. I like to see what we had in the past. Let's run it forward. Like to run it forward, a lot of rain. I look here in Arkansas, Arkansas, Arizona, guys. Arizona's going to be getting a fair bit of rain for Arizona. This is their monsoon season. And indeed, look over here in the Phoenix and Tucson area. They're getting quite a bit of rain there, even up in Snowflake, quite a bit. And we're getting rain here. We've been getting rain continuously for weeks on end right here. Everything's just wet and weeds are growing. So that's good. Some places are getting rain. What's not good, these guys here. I'm glad to see British Columbia getting some rain, though. They need it up here. They need it right here. They really do need it right here. But all that's good, too. All that's good. Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. But the wheat belt's right here. Wheat belt really didn't get it right there. Yeah, you got a little bit around Calgary. Good for them. Over here around Winnipeg. Yeah, good for them. And over here, it's a little bit of the wheat belt. Well, that's what's going to get it, not what's got it. And my friend Sweeps, y'all been getting rain, right? Have to come back in. You said you've been getting rain every day too, so have to come back in here and do a chat room a second. So let's see, what else we want to share? Yeah, here's our Mercury Redstone 4, the Liberty Bell 7, Virgil Gus Grissom going in there. It was launched 60 years ago today on a Mercury Redstone. This was a rocket developed right here at the Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville, Alabama area. That's the capsule. They were trying to recover it, and it fell in the ocean. It sunk, and it was recovered on the 20th of July, 1999. Launched on the 21st, recovered on the 20th. And there it is, 1999. And it exonerated Virgil Gus Grissom because they thought that he caused that to sink, and he did not. Of course, that was he has already passed away by many years. So we lost this man in the Apollo 1 fire, unfortunately. And look at that, space tourism tax. See what Congress wants to propose now? They want to squash the industry before it even gets started. Shame on them. All right, I can't control these tabs because of having to fight. We'll just stop the share. Hey, hello. So I'm sitting there having to fight my Zoom controls. Every time I go up to, all the tabs are at the top of the page for, most of your browsers now. The Zoom tab, every time you reach up and grab one of those tabs, the Zoom thing goes, trying to reach and grab these, and Zoom goes, every time your cursor goes up there, it goes, blocks everything. So I have to minimize the screen, then grab what I want, re-maximize. I don't know what that looks like to you guys, but yeah, it is the most fun way to be doing things on the interweb. And shooting a live cast. All right, let's see what folks got. So we got 43 in the room. Who joined us? New days, old ways. Wow, you're up late, girl. You're an hour ahead of me up there in. All right, I'm going to have to. There's Arnold Smith. He made it. He has been picking on me for not going live. There you are, finally, huh? He says. What's your favorite fish to catch? My favorite fish to catch, one I don't throw back. Yeah, I never really kept a Chad. They used to always be the easiest one to bite a hook, or the little bitty ones, Actually, when I was a kid, my favorite fishing was just to get on a log over an old creek in the woods and fish. I caught a lot more fish that way than I did out in the lakes. But they usually weren't big enough to eat. I usually had to throw them back, but they sure would bite. So that was a lot of fun. Hello from San Francisco. Well, hello, Annette. Colorado Jan, good to see you in the room. West Virginia, prepare mine. Hey there, just watching your last video for a few minutes ago. Which one of my last videos? I posted one today on this channel and one on Galactic Grades. I put two videos up today. Actually, on Galactic Grades, technically I got two. I posted one in the wee hours. Actually, I think this one went up today instead of yesterday. So let's see. How is everyone? How is everyone? Watchman. I am so sorry. Oh, what happened? Mass loss of wildlife happened at this hour. Oh, fire. We're talking that big fire up in the northwest. Was it Oregon? Yeah, there's some huge fires up there. It's why I really wish some of that rain would go up there. They really, really need the rain. Amos prophecy, super dry in one area and too much rain in the other. Yeah, that is true. I'd gladly give up some of our rain if we send it up to you guys. Smoke traveling across the nation was actually the top story in that. Wow. Hey, Scrappy Cat. Said totally had that problem teaching last year with Zoom. Oh, yeah, it's aggravating. Paul Nelson, members of wars, China is saber rattling. Yeah, they are. And, you know, United Kingdom has sent 2 ships over to, I think, destroyers over. Apparently, they're going to permanently base them in the Pacific. So they're getting involved. You know, something of an ally. They don't necessarily have a dog in the hunt with China, but except, you know, they are tied to Australia, New Zealand. You know, they had Hong Kong, and China cheated on that treaty. A few days always. Yes, indeed, it is late. Yeah, I call this extreme late tonight. I don't plan to stay here too late tonight. The Indie Space, what's your take on the Blue Origin Wally Funk flight? Well, I think it was pretty awesome, actually. Wally Funk, you know, was in that so-called Mercury 13. It was 13 ladies that went through the same kind of testing procedures and training that the Mercury astronauts went through. It was not a NASA program, by the way. It was a private program to help you get NASA's attention, but NASA had already pretty much picked its test pilots for the Mercury 7, and they had a full suite for the Apollo, for Gemini, Apollo. They just didn't go there yet. You know, we wouldn't fly a woman to space on the Sally Ride Road. Ride Sally Ride on on Space Shuttle. So then we had a lot of ladies flying to space, and the ladies have been quite capable astronauts, by the way, as would have Wally Funk. She was actually a pilot trainer. Hillbilly Prepper, hello preppers, there you go. Andrew says, prepare for the end of the world soon. Well, you know what? You always should prepare for it. Yeah, we had a guy in here last night before last, who was really kind of beside himself with worry about China. You know, we tried to calm him down. I did a video, well, it's not before last. I did my video yesterday in part in recognition of his concerns, just to show us there's more things we can do about China. One was limit how we spend our money. That's our money is supposed to. Watch me seek you. First, wheel in the sky. Wheel in the sky keeps on turning. Yeah. Andrew, let's see, Arnold's talking to Andrew. Well, brother, I'm sure glad you showed up. Just be patient with yourself. Accept the fact that you have only. Oh, Andrew's in the house now. There we go. Andrew's back. Andrew's back, guys. Hey, Andrew, did you see my video? I actually referred to you, but I didn't name you. And my video I did last night, talking about there's other things we can do to slow China down, take the winds out of their sails, hopefully where they won't have the gas to attack with. Just like gas was taken away from General Patton, slow him down in World War II. Just so Phil Marshall Montgomery would have a chance to have some piece of the action. Well, they should never slow General Patton down. Standing for the Fat Man from Hawaii is very fun. Hawaii? What is Hawaii? Let's see here. The Watchman, just the constant warm weather. Oh, you mean Hawaii? Is that what you're trying to say, standing foot? Yeah, weather is bad, poor. So, let's see. Bad Hawaii pool, but water have daily bacteria when they set. It's not fun. Scrappy Cat says hi. No, Chris Morgan says, hey, Greg. And Scrappy said, hi, Doc. Yeah, makes you think of Bugs Bunny. What's up, Doc? Give me a cigar or a carrot to chew on, right? Let's see. Anyone from Scappoose, Oregon in the chat? Is that what, I guess that's where we're having a big fire, right? And Sally Mancox, how you doing, Greg? It's raining up your way. Not at the moment. You're not far from me. You're real close. So how about down your way? It's kind of funny. I watched the weather patterns today where we were right in the center of everything circling around for quite a while. David Brown, hello, Greg from Australia. What is the significance of the moon wobble? Well, these orbits do change from time to time. They're not stable. There's various synchronicities in the orbit. and every now and then they go through various phases of wobbles. The moon around the Earth and the Earth around the sun. It's called the molecular cycles, molecular, the Earth going around the sun, and it can affect climate in that case. And of course, the moon going around Earth affects tides. So the pain we're going to have bigger tides than we normally do. And they're trying to link it to global warming. So because global warming, sea level rises, we're going to have a lot more flooding than normal for these things. But these things happen about every 180 or so years, maybe sooner than that. I have to about look at the cycle on it. So it's not unusual that we have these. And I don't think the sea has really risen that much since then. So I think they're just, they're just making much ado about nothing. I mean, yeah, there's going to be some more higher waters, but I think it's scare tactics. Personally, we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong, but let's hope I'm not wrong. If I ain't buying something and I tell you it's a scare tactic, you need to be suspicious of it. Solar flares are up. Yeah, that's true. Dr. High, Dr. H. So what do we got here? The Watchman talking about Hawaii is a central target for China. Yeah, yes, sir. Sure is. And North Korea. Monique Pearl, China is a net food importer and getting worse for the population. Yeah, there you go. And Sweep says, maybe dump some in there and see, as we always use a DE filter to kill algae. Okay. 4 freaking weeks of rain. I want to go camping, says Sally Man Cox. Sally Man Cox, you're down in Arab, right? Or no, Grant. Aren't you in Grant? There's a couple of you I get confused about. They're real close. I hadn't seen you in the room a while. So Paul Nelson, you don't destroy what you can buy. There you go. Smith. This sort of talk has been going on for thousands of years. Anybody who boasts about such things as just Saber, Ellen, 90% of the things people worry about never happen. Try to trust us old folks. There you go. Why, Greg? This weird. Yeah, okay. I guess we exchange food against stuff from China. We sell food cheap and we buy junk high. That's what we're doing. Watchman Arnold, they didn't have nuclear reactors pouring into the ocean back in those days. Things are different now. Well, they shouldn't be pouring in the ocean unless the seawalls get breached, because they forgot how often you can get tidal waves and how high they could get. And pay attention to that marks the ancestors put on the land at a higher level, so it's built nothing below this land line, and they went down and built cities and nuclear power plants. Guess what happened? Flush, and they got hit. The old-timey guys who put that stuff up there knew what they were talking about. People in modern go, nah, that ain't nothing. We got science. They're wrong. Guys, you just didn't look long enough. You didn't look hard enough. It's there. Now we're seeing the science where they've had big tsunamis in nature in the past, including the eruption of the Cascadia subduction zone in the Pacific Northwest sends huge tsunamis out to Japan. Sure enough. Stanford, I was remembering the fat man. Okay, who's the fat man? There's a fat man and little boy who was 2 of the atom bombs. Does anybody know if there is another company other than Harvest right there makes freeze dryers? I don't know. Look that up. I've been planning to buy one day. I knew a guy used to sell them at some of these pepper fairs and gun shows, but he's always really high on them. The Bible says that people will say such things, 2 Peter 3, saying, where is the coming? Carbon chronic, what do you think of the grand solar minimum? Yeah, we're heading into it. There is a prospect, though, that because of terminators getting shortened this time, there are a couple scientists that claim this particular cycle will be a real hot one. But we may fall back into the grand solar minimum trend if it does. But the sun sure is throwing out a bunch of stuff right now. We'll see. Let's see. Let's hope the sun don't go crazy. Let's hope we don't see, what was his name? The remote viewer, Colonel Dames, Ed Dames. He's talking about a kill shot from the sun. Let's hope that's no time soon. Let's hope he's way off. Of course, nobody knows the day and the hour. You're right there, the watchman. You're so right. You know what the watchman in Greek is? Gregory. So I could say my name is the watchman. One thing I can tell you is that Washington State wheat harvest is miserable, completely dried out. That's true. I talked about that in my food video, guys. I said that they were in trouble. Paul Nelson, this was a sabbatical year anyway. Oh, we've had a Jubilee this year. Is this one of the Jubilee years? My bad spelling gets me in trouble. Hey, yeah, me too. I can't text. North California is desperately dry. Cattle will be sold off early. That's too sad. Sweets. I don't think so. China's buying all the water and a lot of our food. Mary Ellsworth, they are way overpriced. Oh, yeah. People are just joining us, wondering what we've got here tonight. My chat sessions are just an opportunity for my subscribers to chat with each other. We don't always pick it. It's very seldom actually pick the topic ahead of time. This is just a chance for us to be a community, a family, and that we are. So, oh, it looks like I'm buffering, Andrew. I shouldn't be. I'm hooked into my landline. It may be possible on my cable line. I buffer bad when I use my cell phone. If I'm buffering, well, it ain't my fault. Teresa Robbins, hiya, Greg. Any other wheel heads here? Yeah, we may have a couple wheel heads in here. Where's old as dirt? He is not in here yet. Yeah, we've got a few others that come in here. So let's keep an eye out. So I got told by Markello, or whatever his name is, that whenever I go live now, it's going to be announced on the network with the Lee Wilbarger set up for my people that sub there. Phone hamster. I remember China pulling iceberg to China. Iceberg? The water. Yeah, it's hard to do actually. It takes a lot of pull one of those. Andrew says, Arnold Smith, what's that supposed to mean? I wasn't around in 1962. Hey, I was talking about the launch 60 years ago today in 1961. Yeah, Andrew, I was 1 year old in 1961 too, in 1962. And of course, I know you weren't here. Monique Pearl, you're so right. Indie space, okay. Hillbilly Prepper, a freeze dryer would be a dream come true. Yeah, sure would. They've been kind of expensive from what I've seen. Let's see here. Apricots are awesome addition to jellies. Oh, well, I don't doubt that. Watch when the leaders fell asleep. In the last days, America is the daughter of Babylon. Jeremiah. Ooh. Yeah, a lot of people compared America to Babylon, actually, in the Revelations. But I've seen other preachers argue against that, so we'll have to see. The dial behind you, Greg. The dial, it's the dial behind me. You're talking about this thing up here? That's my power grid defense placard. Not buffering. Soylent Green. You know they have Soylent as a drink now. Seriously, Soylent. You can get it in mint green too. That's sick. Just sick. Let's see. Saul Goodman, mass conditioning started in the 60s. Yeah. I started in the 50s, really. Definitely. It was going pretty good in the 60s. Monique Pearl, I used to work for an apiary in the late 70s. Pollinators were suffering then. Oh, okay. Stan Granville. Hello, Greg. 1962 for me. All right. I got announced on the KLW, by the way, so Scrappy Cat. All right, so we got a couple wheel heads in there. Hey, swivel heads and wheel heads. You're in my channel, you're swivel head. But I'm definitely connected with wheel heads there. A Scrappy Cat, and yeah, we got a couple of wheel heads in there. We're talking about Lee Wilbarger's network, guys. Those that don't know, klwworldnews.com, go to that, you can sign up. We got to push the talk now. From time to time, I get in here and I talk to you guys directly. And I say stuff on there, and I can't say talking on this platform. I don't say anything I think of. Freedom of speech in that case. We don't have it on this platform. Daniel, how you doing, bud? Say, I've seen some plans on YT for making a freeze dryer. Oh yeah, I bet. Mystery Babylon, because the modern technology is mysterious. And it certainly was to the guys of old. Watchman references to America all through the Bible as the daughter of Babylon, Ishtar being the Statue of Liberty. Yeah, a lot of people see it that way. I've seen a couple of preachers argued otherwise, but boy, yeah, it makes a pretty good case. And some people use that as a case to claim that we're going to be attacked with an EMP weapon by Russia too. And that's not impossible. It's not impossible. Deep Waters, how you doing? Teresa, how are you? So Teresa, yeah, you found Scrappy Cat in here. Maybe too late for Old as Dirt, or as old as dirt, maybe. I guess Lee's not live right now. You would all be there probably. Yeah, Dr. H, are you with your fellow Willhead? Man, bad dream. Oh, what's the bad dreams? What I was talking about, Andrew. Why is everybody so calm when China threatens nukes? Well, Andrew, we think there's a good chance that China's a bluff, because China does not want anybody interfering with their plans for Taiwan. So they're threatening to nuke Japan, thinking Japan having been nuked before would be especially sensitive to that. And so they're hoping that they'll get Japan to back off so they can actually do the invasion they want to do. But Japan's not going to fall for that. And the reason we think they're bluffing is because they ought to know that we've got a defense treaty with Japan. If they nuke Japan, we're going to hit China hard. We're going to nuke the devil out of them. So they would be crazy to actually follow through with that. But then again, they can't stand it. The Chinese hate Japan. So could be something to it, but most of us are thinking that it's a bluff. Greg, Music Art knows who the fat man is. No worries. Well, my musical stuff is a bit shy, standing foot. I work night shift at the 911 center. That's why I'm up, says Farm Girl Rebel. Oh, Andrew said, I was not scared before because nothing happened in the world. We are in risky times, Andrew, but I do think they're bluffing on this. I hope. It don't mean that we won't get in a war. The war tensions right now are extremely high. But I think that was a bluff. I do think that if we can here's what I think, guys. Honest to God, I think if we can slow China down, if we can give them reason to pause by knowing that one, Taiwan's got a lot of support, and it would be very hard for them to take the island with all the support they're going to get. And two, we take some of the wind out of their economic sails, that they won't have as much gas in their tank to pursue their military adventure dreams. If we can just get them to calm down for several years, they're going to hit China's heavily in debt. They borrowed a lot of money. They built a lot of buildings that are totally useless. They had a real building spree, speculation. They built entire cities, dozens of cities that don't even have anybody in them. So China wasted a lot of money, a lot of time, and they, of course, unless they want those cities to be where people go after the cities of the East get irradiated from the war of the United States. I don't think that's it, though. So the Chinese demographic is that their population is aging fast. You give them 2 or 3 decades, they may not be able to prosecute these grandiose visions. So if we can hold them off for a while, all this might just kind of peter out. Not to mention that the people in the country there might get tired of the CCP and do away with it. That's what we really hope for. So, Andrew, there is hope. There is reason to be concerned. There's reason to be prepared, but be prepared, not scared. That's my motto. Dr. H is big time Woolhead. That's what I thought. All right, so we got at least 3 in here. At least. KLW website doesn't show channels for me. Where are they? Well, You know, I don't have it. You got to hit the right buttons to find it. Arnold Smith, that's letting the cat out of the bag. Would you tell your opponent what your next move is going to be? No. Hey, we got a super chat. Now, you wouldn't tell the opponent what your next move is. All right. Chuck Norris Gun Club. Have a drink on me. Have a drink. Have a drink. Have a drink on me. Everybody have a drink on me. Hey, hey, hey. Remember that song? You know, I don't drink. Coffee, water. Let's see. Let's go in here to KLW World News. I got my phone here. So I just go over here and where'd it go? Oh, I got to go down here. Just go in, hit the Zello out. That opens up. And there is one of the channels. I don't know how I got into that. Looks like I must be live. See, if you click down here on channels, it gets you channels. See, there's Galactic Greg's, and here's Green Greg's. Galactic Greg's got 56 people subscribed here and 60 down here. I don't know if y'all can see that. And there's many channels in here, guys. Here's all the channels, and just gobs of channels. You can scroll it. Gobs and gobs and gobs and gobs of channels. All kind of topics. Got David Devine in here. Freedom Restoration Foundation, Second Amendment. Ever state, ever interstate. Quite a few groups, federal agencies, emergency management, emergency chat, farmers. Quite a few things here, farmers. Made in USA. A lot of stuff in there, a lot of stuff, guys. But the cool thing is that we just get to come in here and just chat. And people can also leave text messages. So that's the cool thing about that. Breaking news. And Lee can got a way to call everybody. There's also kind of emergency contacts things in there. So it's got a lot of resources. Oh, we got another super chat. $20. Oh, thank you. Where'd that come in? There it is. Matt Ellsworth, $20. Another have a drink on me too, Greg. We're all in this together. There we go. We are. And that's why we're here. I hope to do hope we can have a rendezvous meeting one day instead of a conference. Just, Wise Owls offered her place in the area Arkansas for that. That's the middle of the country. So that would be a good spot. I may do one day in Arizona, but I think Arkansas is a really good spot for it. China's pumping out the J-20 aircraft, which is compared to the F-35. I bet it's not the quality, though, and they're not selling them. You know, they can't even make their own engines. They have to get their engines from Russia because they don't have good quality control. Chinese quality is like, so that's another thing worse than our advantage. Also, their military is not as well trained. Their quality is, but they got a lot of military. They got a lot of forces. They got a lot of equipment, and they got some serious missile forces, and that's our biggest concern. So their strategy is aerial denial. It's basically they'll set sectors of fire with these missiles from several launch points off the coast of China, and they'll be able to hit Guam. They believe our military bases in Asia will be just toast. And Guam and China, Japan, if we have war with them, and all in areas, Guam will be toast. And Guam is a U.S. territory of U.S. citizens. The natives of Guam are U.S. citizens. And we have a lot of soldiers there in Guam. So it won't be good. And Andrew, you said you didn't believe in God, so you're asking about tribulations. Are you rethinking it there, Andrew? But in the tribulations, though, has an upside because in the end, we win. It's just going to be a rough ride getting there. Yeah, all the rain was good, says Chuck Norris Gun Club. Hey, Scratch is in the room. Hey, Scratch, how you doing, man? Listen, I'm behind on the chats. Y'all got way ahead of me here. Chinese and Japanese natural enemies for centuries, says Paul. That's right. Saul Goodman. We have a United Nations, isn't it? Just George Carlin said one big club and we ain't in it. Yeah, there you go. And you're catching on. America's only hope will soon be every single American to propose. Whoop, whoop. Let me go back to a Chinese gal. Hey, you know, Chinese ladies are pretty fair, you know. Like Fairy Prepper at Greengraves, do you think it will take a physical and spiritual war to make all the evil stop? Well, we are in a spiritual war, and it might take a physical war. Let's hope not. Let's hope we're going to work the physical war, but we are in a spiritual war. No doubt about it. We're in a physical Cold War. So we'll have to do what we can do, guys. We really will. Scratch the cat. Let's see. The Watchman. Japan is a sitting duck. Nightmare with all the nuclear reactors over 100 oceanfront plus its industries. It's not good for us. A target hostage situation. Yeah, and all that stuff come over here if they get hit. That's true. Even if China used conventional missile weapons against Japan, they could really rock that country hard and bad. And that's why Japan is probably resolute to defend Taiwan, because they know they're like next. They fear Okinawa. Their island Okinawa would be next. There's some Kakadu Islands. And they think it's just a matter of time that China would cut them off, cut off their trade routes to dominate the South China Sea, dictate everything to Japan, what they can and can't do, and eventually take Japan too. So the Japanese are worried, they're scared of China. And even Australians too. A lot of people, may not be the majority in Australia yet, but it's getting there. So, I saw your recent video. Good help is hard to find. That's true. That's true. Biden is in China's pocket. Yeah, looks like that. So it has to stop raining in China before they can think of any official mobilization. They're getting a lot of rain. Yeah, you might be onto something there. You might be on something. Maybe when the rain stops, everything else pops. Apparently, I need to spend good money on a chainsaw. Oh, you did watch my video. Chuck Norris Gun Club. Listen, if you're going to get a chainsaw, don't buy the little cheap ones. They don't last no time. The cheap ones, I'm talking about, not in the color. Craftsman. Those chainsaws are junk. There's only 3 brands that I know that are any good. That's the Husqvarna, the Stihl, and Echo. I have a Stihl and I have an Echo. And I burned up a whole slew of these other cheap chainsaws. Ain't worth it. So you get a Husqvarna, a Stihl, or Echo, they last a long time. Long time. They love you a long time. Phone hamster. I think China doesn't like Japan dumping radioactive water in the ocean. Well, that's true too. That's true too. But I don't like Japan in general. But Japan, the Japanese forces were pretty bad to the Chinese during World War II. Pretty bad. The Chinese remember that. So they got a grudge. The people in Japan today are nothing like the people in Japan in that era. We're pinned down with the rain, says Paul. Well, good. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Let them snore, let them snore, let them snore. Love my coffee, says Lake Ferry. Prep lots of that and still not enough. You got that right. So I'm way behind on these chat messages here. Trying to catch up. Y'all remember Terminator? Yeah. What about Terminator, Andrew? All my crops are coming any day now. Okay. Where you at, Chuck Norris? Mad Guru. Oh, Mad Guru. Yeah, I need to download the app. Thanks, Greg. Oh, yeah, that'll help. Got the app. Yeah, you need that app, not the other one. Oh, China will be forced to go to war with their economics and food failures. You know, they don't force you to war, but they might. They might use an excuse. Forging Freedom TV. Well, that's a good name. Several dams are broken in Mongolia and China in the last 48 hours. I've been seeing that. Flood the farmland. Yep. I've been seeing that. Yeah, having some real rain problems there. Peppers are popping. Peppers are popping. Okay. If we're facing food shortages here at home, what will we be selling our crops in China? Well, there you go, Stan. Well, we're having a shortage, and we're apparently going to have some good wheat shortages. Our corn is doing well, though. Because here in the eastern side of the country, southeast, corn is growing like crazy. So we're not really in a problem with corn. It's wheat and other things that grow up in the Pacific Northwest more than anything. Fruits and vegetables, what grows in the Pacific Northwest, California, yeah, that's all it's strong risk to be short. Monique Pearl, Greg, and preppers, do you think there's enough of the punctuated equilibrium to push public policy through converting lawns to gardens? Yeah, we got to push for it. Requires water. Let's make it food. You're right. You're right. We got to push for it. No point wasting lawns on grass. Passion fruit harvest started with a new moon. Okay. Yeah. Chuck North says U.S. agriculture is in good shape in general. In general, true. But you got to watch what it's the kind of things you get out of the West Coast. That's why you need to be growing your own garden, guys. I've said it a million times. Oh yeah, if you're growing your own garden, check my links through most of my videos, not my live streams, but the ones I upload. Check the links there to Tree Leaf Market. You can buy seeds through them. They got all kind of great deals, and it helps me if you do that. Meme Club is hysterical. The Meme Hub. I haven't been there, Scrappy Cat. I love gardening. Best hobby ever. There you go. You know what, though? My garden videos aren't doing that good. Well, we'll go to them and look at them here in a minute. Origin Freedom TV. They also have excess of men as ratio to women. Yeah, we call that cannon fodder in military terms. Although to the people of China, you know, there's, you know, they wanted sons and they only got one child, so that one son is really precious to them. That's why they're often referred to as little emperors. Maybe they're spoiled. Andrew, I don't want this year or next year to be my last to live. Well, Andrew, we're working to help make sure that don't happen. That's one reason I do things like push people to boycott China. That's one reason I started the Freedom Restoration Foundation. You know, a lot of prepper channels, they only do one thing. They come in here and say, the sky's falling, buy preps. Get ready, the sky's falling, buy preps. And yeah, you do need to prep. But I also come on here and say, hey, let's fight for power grid defense. Let's try to get the grid hardened. Let's push back on things like China. You know, I got a little bit different tack to it, a little different twist. I believe we can be proactive and make the outcome more in our favor. Wise Al, there you are. Yes, let's do it. Just talking about this rendezvous idea. We'll have to talk about it. You know, I've got to get to Arizona first, so it might be in the springtime next year. Before all the farmers get busy. All right, is March too early, Wise Al? That'd be nice and cool up in Arkansas. Might make some good camping weather. The Watchman, U.S. aid is completely upside down. Washington State wheat is complete failure. That's true. Origin Freedom TV. Don't give up hope, Andrew. Don't give up hope. And why have us old guys taking it so calm? Because we've seen a lot in our days, Andrew. We've seen a lot. Yeah. So, fawn hamster, let grow bigger what? CJ 1975. Oh, JR, thank you. That Green Grass came late to chat. Dollar tight at this time, but couldn't resist buying you solo cups. FYI Terminator, quantum med beds. There we go. Yeah, you know, the solo cup, universal solo cup. I talk about that, and I talk about how the quantum nature of time and the multiverse, and how we can kind of use the power of intention to put ourselves into the track of the universe, into the dimensions that's more in our favor. Andrew, you need to think about that. Go back and find my universal solo cup video. Above in a sight, says Standerfoot. Andrew, I'm talking to Arnold. So I'm hearing the end times are close. Time is running out. 4-3 has to happen. Well, I don't know if it has to happen, but it is a prophetic thing. So, Andrew, I thought you didn't believe in all that. So, kind of interesting. told us you didn't believe in that stuff, but you seem to be kind of caught up in the prophecies there, Andrew. Greg, are you worried about the UN coming? The UN, the Great Reset, how, corporations are going to be behind it, just like corporations are setting up, what we say on social media. They're controlling us. And the big tech, big corporations. That's what I always tell you guys, vote for the little guys. Spend your money, spend it local, vote local with your money, and vote for the little guys. That's what you tell me. We feel Central Washington, they're in bad trouble. There you go, Fortune Freedom TV says, Andrew, storing food and learning skills. Be a strength to others who may be weaker than you. You can do this. That's right. And you don't have to die. Prep. Learn how to survive. You can make it through. Bone hamster. I started giving changa and ginger in a tea to water my plant. It has antivirus. Don't know if it worked. Okay. Columbia Plateau. Mineral Wildboggers in the room, in the woods. It may be in the woods. He just done some shows of Rex sandwiching. So hey, we've got a bunch of your wheelheads in the room here tonight. Several guys from KLW World News are amongst us here. We got a young man here, Andrew Solid, who's really worried about the end of time, and he's worried about his life being cut short. He's a young man, so we've been trying to prep and trying to tell him to prep and get ready and to not be scared, but he's having a hard time with that. So if you got any good news, go ahead and share it. I've done some videos talking about how we can be proactive to push back the probability of our impending doom. And I think as long as we're doing things proactively, the rest of the insurance, we're trying to get it done. That's right, Chuck Norris. Hang on that land. It'll be valuable someday. So let's see. Arnold says, Andrew, okay, then with all that talk, then why shouldn't you seek protection of Jesus Christ? Trust in God's word. There you go. He's believing in the prophecies. He ought to follow through, right? He says, hello, everyone. West Virginia Prepare Minds. And Andrew, I'm a 60-year-old woman. I've started a homestead from scratch. I'm disabled and still pushing forward. There you go. My byline for years was, don't be scared, just be prepared. Yes, that's right, West Virginia. Prepare Mind. There you go. So I'm 61 myself, so we're close. So let's see. What else we got? Let's see Lee, Teresa, and Stan. You got a lot of your wheelheads in here tonight. Rosemurl at Green Greg's. What's your opinion on the Russia and China teaming up in Cuba? Well, they don't want Cuba to go free. The people in Cuba don't want communism. They want to go free. But see, the China and Russia, that's a beachhead right here in the south of Florida on our doorstep. They want it to stay communist. So they're trying to shore that government up, just like they're trying to shore up Venezuela. They like to have Venezuela and Cuba in their pocket. So in their Wise Owl says, we're looking to acquire more land and having people commit and grow the main group. Wow, Wise Owl's got 100 acres, we can get more. Oh, Lake Ferry Prepper, thank you for the chat. We prep like an insurance for our family, and MAG, let's see, but MAG is a mutual assured insurance group, basically. So it's people that take care of each other. We don't keep all our eggs in one basket. We guard and put things back. It's growing fast here. For natural disasters, problems, job losses, and other uncertain times like these. So you get that right. You got that right. Watch if you own property and your overheads are low, but you're okay. If you're a renter, you're in a bad situation. Call went well, says the winter lead. Okay. Let's see, just exploring every path. Phone kind of buzzing at me. Is that you, Lee? And good evening, Greg, says Jason. How you doing, Jason? Arnold Smith's in here too. What we got cooking here? Some kind of messages. A lot of messages. All right. So maybe Lee was trying to reach me through Zello. I don't see that that's the case, though. Dr. H, keyboard monkey. So Dr. H sent me some kind of message in here, and he's in our room here tonight. Teresa Robbins, Dr. H, they both chiming in here with messages. I have to check them later. So chatting on here and on Lee's app too. So Lee, why don't you share the link to your KLW World News on here for everyone, in case anyone's interested in it. It does give us a chance to talk to each other, guys. It really does. And talk freely. So check it out, Lee. If you feel free to put the link in here, or any of the other wheelheads. If you're also one of my mods, stand up with wonder what is higher with regards to what. Let's see here. What else are people saying? Watch when I think we've been treated so poorly, they are becoming ice cold in our hearts. Well, said in these times, a lot of people's hearts would be hardened. Yeah, that's right, Watchman. Oh, Rain says Randy. And good evening, Greg, says Sparky's Run. Wow, we got 104 people and we got a fair crowd for this late time. Straight to the point outdoors. Good evening. How about that? West Virginia Paramount talking to Andrew. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna kind of go in here. Let me go get it. What are you gonna go get, Lee? The universe is balanced, and negative and positive. They're pushing negative. That means positive's got to come back. CJ 1975. Mahoney Pen, we not only prep food and such things, but also repair our minds and hearts. Amen to that. Got to. All right, guys, here's something I want to show you. Let's have a look at some of the videos. Share this thing. Here we are, guys. Somebody asked me to do a video about how to start a homestead, and there it is. And you can see that only got about half the views. My China type videos get grid down. The gardening video got very little views. So my gardening videos aren't doing that well, guys. It's the videos that are prepping oriented, or at least what's going on in the world, that seems to be getting me the most views. So if I do go here and just click on videos, we better see if they put out recently. And I'm going to go get some more coffee. This video is for you, Andrew. I don't know if you've seen it. We're going to play a little bit of this while I go get some coffee. I'm going to go upstairs and get me some more coffee. So let's have a look, see at this while I'm doing that. Open it up. Oh, it's commercial.
They can manage the entire customer.
Right. And one of my young viewers. All right. Well, Swivel Heads, it's Greg Alson Green Grid. It's coming to you on the 19th of July, 21. I am on deck, 1600 hours Central Daylight Time. Yes, this day is getting away from us. And I'm here with a message. I had a chat session last night, and one of my young viewers was really concerned. Andrew, that's you. See, Andrew, you prompted me to do a whole video. Young, that the events of the world could just basically deny him of his future, his dreams, maybe even his life. And that is a possibility, although I really tried to calm him down and encourage him to prepare. Don't be scared, be prepared. I always try to tell people never panic. If you lose your head, you just might lose your head. But There are things you can do. You can be proactive. As long as you're not being proactive, you can rest in peace that you're doing the best you can. There you go. I believe we can turn it around if we work together. We got to spread these things. Spread this video, guys. Make it go viral. Send it out to people. Give people the idea that we can take the wind out of the sails of China. So spread this video, everyone. I'm going to let this video play for a little bit while I go grab me some coffee. Andrew, this one's for you, buddy. And there's ways that you can stop China. Yes, you, only you can stop China. Well, pretty much. In fact, how you like my little logo here? Only you can stop Commie China. Right, there we go. So let's stop this share here. Let's get into it. You've heard me many times tell you to buy local. Spend your dollars local. Cool. There is a cool side of capitalism. It is this. You get to decide what products and services are available in the marketplace by what you buy. The dollar, whatever you buy with, whatever it may be, is the ultimate vote. It's an economic vote. Every time you spend one of these, you're voting for more of that good and service. That is, if you're not in the command economy where they just decide you're going to put out X weeks a month and you get what you can, according to what you can, and what you usually get is empty shelves and a lot of starving people. Yeah, that system really don't work too well. But this is a medium of vote. It's the most honest medium of vote in the world, because when you buy, you spend it, you really cast that vote. And it goes to wherever you want it to go to. So you should cast the votes of what you spend very carefully. And of late, we've been casting a lot of votes for the country, buying cheap plastic junk, and they have been turning it around and building weapons systems and naming them back at us. Wow. Well, my dad was a kid back before World War II. He and his buddies used to run around and collect scrap metal and go sell it. One day their science teacher said, "Hey boys, y'all come here." So all you boys in class, I know y'all selling scrap metal to make the change. He said, "You need to stop that." He said, "All that scrap metal is going to Japan. And one of these days, boys, one of these days, the Japanese will be shooting that metal back at you." My dad thought about that. Tell me accuracy. That science teacher was the smartest man he ever knew. He warned him. He was right. Yeah, that's what's happening today. We're buying cheap plastic baubles through Walmart. You know, Walmart forced a lot of American industry overseas, like rubber into China. So today, what's all that cheap plastic junk by us? Yeah, China has built the Navy with the most ships in the world. They're building faster than we know what to do with. Yeah, we might have more displacement at the moment. Those guys are playing catch up in a hurry. But we can take the wind out of their sails. And you do it by what you buy and what you don't buy. Essentially, if all the free people in the world just stop trading with China, stop buying their junk, and stop trading and buying junk from companies like Nike, who basically said we're Chinese. Yeah, I'd boycott Nike forever. I'll never buy another Nike anything. I bought Nike shoes for years because I have a little issue the way I walk, pro-nation. And they made some shoes that were pretty good for that. But they're not the only company in the world, so Nike, goodbye, you're off my list. Apple, iPhones, goodbye, you're off my list. And all that other cheap junk from China, don't buy from China. Do everything you can not to buy from China. And if everybody just starts buying Chinese stuff, you know, how they do all this stuff? How are they funding that army? How are they funding their adventurism? It's all the cheap junk everybody buys from China, cheap junk or otherwise. Whatever you're buying from China, that's what's good. And they don't even compete fairly. They steal stuff from us. They steal our technology. They steal our patents. They steal our intellectual property. You know, they don't spend all the money in R&D. And their labor is cheap. And they often use slave labor from Xinjiang, the Uyghurs. So, you know, there's good moral high ground not to buy from China, aside from the fact that they're very adventurous militaristically, and it looks like they're gearing up for a fight. So you can take that away from them and take it out of their sight by taking the wind out of their sails. Now, my friends, that is the wind in the CCP, People's Liberation Army Navy plan sails. Now they call it plan. People's Liberation Army Navy, Army Navy. Everything's a People's Liberation Army in China. Everything in China is either CCP or the People's Liberation Army. Pretty much like that. So, but these things is what gives them the power. That's all the trading we've been doing for all these years. So if we, in other free nations like Australia is waking up to this. Australia was China's biggest trading. Well, China was Australia's biggest trading partner. China got embargoed. Australia didn't. That's Australia sent through this stuff. So guys, we can take the win out ourselves. Maybe that will slow down their momentum enough to where they just won't be attacking Taiwan and other places like that. That's the objective, is just to keep them from going on the offensive. That's my objective here. Well, there's a little more. I'll be coming up with some more stuff here soon, in a few days, because I would say they're liable to the shutdown of our economy by the negligence and failure to follow UN protocol and rules and regulations, international law, and reporting diseases and so forth. They're liable for that. And as such, we should hit them up for reparations. Insisting we don't pay them, we ought to seize their assets. I'm going to go into a video with that, probably Stacey Sabicki, and we'll be putting out an alert probably for the Freedom Restoration Foundation about that. And so you ought to check that out. Go to freedomrestorationfoundation.org. If you want to join, email me at info@freedomrestorationfoundation.org. You can also join us on Facebook. We have a Facebook site for just excuse me, having the PowerPoint for that thing knocked up so big. Trying to change my screens here. Kind of consume me there a second. Hang on, guys. I just want to show you Freedom Restoration Foundation. Pull it up. And then share again. All right, enough of that. Throwing commercials at me. Hang on, I'll stop the share now. I think y'all got the gist of what that was trying to say there. Andrew, I hope that spoke to you in some fashion. I'm going to minimize that. We'll come back to the chat room, see what I missed here. Yeah, you guys have been chatting quite a bit. There's you still with us, inventor? Lee Will Barter? All right, let's see. China is the leading production of the world, and they're not just talk. Yeah, but we can take a lot of wind out of ourselves because they got to sell that production. So if we ain't buying it, then they're going to be in a world of hurt. Let's see, we gave them that when we made it, when Clinton went over and gave them most favored trading status. I should take that back from them, because they definitely violate human rights very significantly. That's supposed to be a part of that most favored nation trading status. Say, Mary Luck says, did you do a video earlier and you were going to have another one later? This is my last video for tonight. I did another video on, I'll show you, I will go back and look at my videos, and I'll show you what I did over on Galactic Grapes in a little bit. So, yep, like a cheap flashlight, $1 and turn around and Greek batteries. There you go. So Chuck Norris, FY, the Galactic Mill Alliance will not allow nukes. Well, let's hope you're right. There's one occasion, look, that we're trying to set them off, though. America could be self-sufficient, but the politics are corrupt. Well, you got that right. Like Paul wrong. Corrupt politicians, guys, that's been our problem in bed with the businesses. So we don't have a republic. We don't have capitalism like we should have. What we've got is corporatocracy. Corporatocracy, where it's a form of crony capitalism, where the corporations and government are in bed with each other. I'll go more on that in the future too. Andrew, I'm 61. China's been threatening all countries my whole life, but that's why we prepare. Yeah, it's true. They are threatening a lot more now. Melanie, did you check out Code Searcher? No, I don't think so. Let's see. And we know they won't let anyone in here. Uh, let's see. Oh, can we get this to scroll right? He was trying to say something and I'm having a hard time. Yeah. Find it. All right, let's see where we're at. Wow, there's a lot of messages here. You know, we love you frozen. Okay. Japan's a sitting duck. Yeah, the treaty after World War II. Yeah, we need to give China, we need to unfeather Japan and give them the right to have a regular military now, because they're going to be dwarfed by China. Just exploring every pass says, name one cell phone that is not made in China, made with Chinese parts. Well, Samsung is actually a Korean company, and Samsung has it may have some Chinese parts in it, but I think the chips come from Texas. I think America has any real allies anymore. Well, I think Australia, Japan, Philippines has been waffling, but they're crazy. They don't have to come in on our side. China's going to get them if they don't. Taiwan. Taiwan's got to watch their own selves. South Korea, they also got to watch their own selves. Maybe somewhat the United Kingdom, but we have to watch them because they're definitely got the Queen there. Watching, would you put your faith in Canada? Oh no. No, not with Trudeau up there. If Trudeau goes away, maybe. There's good people in Canada, but Trudeau's a problem. Notice how Trudeau is just almost a spitting image of Fidel Castro. His dad and mom used to go down and visit Fidel a lot. One has to wonder. Arizona is big and a lot of land is safe zone. That's right, Chuck Norris Gun Club. So I got 40 acres in Arizona, guys. That's why I got 40 acres in Arizona. Fortune Freedom TV talking to the Watchman. My bank says, have questions. Want to ask away. Have a meeting then corners, but we'll call you when I'm free. Yeah, the nukes, if you stay hunkered in for a couple of weeks, most of the radiation is gone. Problem is our nuclear power plants, which just keep giving. That's the biggest problem with them. Let's see. Oh, Andrew. Well, Barger didn't like something you said there. God is changing conditions of the Chinese environment so their leaders will realize that they keep getting flooded out, they simply cannot attack. There you go, Arnold. Yeah, they've been getting hit hard by floods. So, karma is rough. The powers of heaven just don't like people picking on the believers too much. So God is, he's making them punish. He's punishing some. He's punishing them. Chuck Norris Glenn, of course, we in America are far from perfect too. So we might get a little bit of punishment ourselves. So guys, we got to wake up, fly right. Too many stupid laws here and stupid people, but enough to survive whatever. There you go. Stab Cow. Why Phoenix has a large city area? It's a big city, Andrew. Huge city in the desert, man, because people like the weather there. But holy smoke, they're as hot as a firecracker in Phoenix. It's a dry heat though. But they don't have they're in a tough situation for water. Now, northern Arizona, there's a good aquifer. I won't have any problems with water. All right, guys, I got some mods getting kind of taking some of you down for some of your comments. So just be careful what you're saying here. I don't know what y'all said, but we are a family chat here, so watch your language here. I don't know what the situation is, but we're one big family in here, but it's also a family chat room. So let's kind of be careful with our language. Don't be using curse words. Don't go too far on the limb talking things that YouTube wouldn't allow. And respect each other. You may not agree with each other, but at least respect each other. You know, you have the Freedom Channel on your network too, Greg. That's right. I do need to chat through that. Need to do that, and because I did set up the Freedom Restoration Foundation. I started that group, and all the website and everything that's there on the Freedom Restoration Foundation, I pay for it. Now, at least on the actual website that we use there. But of course, Lee's got some space on his network, thankfully. So I do need to go in there and talk some freedom stuff. And I need to get on I'll probably get on the Galactic Gregs tomorrow and talk a little bit about these anniversaries. I hope you don't realize that the 21st today is actually the 60th anniversary of the Liberty Bell 7 flight, which they like to name the capsules after various bells of the Mercury program. Liberty Bell 7 was the one flown by Gus Grissom. It was his first flight, the second flight of an astronaut from America into space. It was suborbital, just like Bezos' flight today, on a Mercury Redstone rocket. And it was recovered on the 20th of July, well, on the 21st, recovered on the 20th of July, 1999. That capsule sunk. They blamed Grissom for it. Later found it wasn't his fault, so they pulled it up. Chinese Communist mob, because we're living there is no party. There you go. There you go, Paul. Good perspective. Yeah, let's see here. We got frozen. I was being respectful on one of Lee's mods. I know the guidelines. Oh, Frozen World. One of Lee's mods was somebody took you out in here. Interesting. So what happened there? Jeff Perkins to get Taiwan. Marcelo's in here. He's with Lee. We got a lot of Lee guys in here tonight. We got a lot of wheelheads in here tonight, guys. A lot of wheelheads with the swivel heads. David Jones, did we really land on the moon, Greg? Yes, we landed on the moon. I know Buzz Aldrin, by the way. And yes, and so does Venom Little Fullbarger says. So we absolutely landed on the moon. Well, Modoc, it happened. Paul Nelson said, listen, guys, the Chinese and Russians and several nations have flown over our landing sites on the moon. They'd love nothing better than to say we didn't do it. If they could find any evidence, they would do everything they could to blow it. But it's there. We went there. It's there, guys. So let's see. DH Markel. Hey, dude, did you saw the message in Zillow? Zillow fellow. So a lot of you in here, you're seeing we got a lot of people here tonight from Lee Hulbarger's KLW World News. It's because I've got 3 channels over here on his Zillow Push to Talk application. And it looks like I got a few new messages in here from Dr. H. He goes by Keyboard Monkey by Teresa Robbins. I can open these up. Greg. Okay.
Can you hear me, Greg? Doc? Okay. I thought he was showing it, so it was my whole month. Doc, there is a delay from here to his stream, and he also may have it set to busy or silenced while he's streaming.
All right, guys, I didn't hear anything when it.
I thought he was showing it, so it was my whole month.
Oh, I was just showing it, guys. I was showing I didn't hear this. All came in as messages. My phone's not set to beep, guys, so I didn't hear it. Anyway, so there's a lot of messages in here. People send messages, they send voice. You can push to talk on here, and if it's not received, apparently that goes the message. So I'll come back in here. All right, if I want to talk, all I got to do is press this button and people hear me. Everybody on my network can hear me. Now, I'm not going to push that button here at 2 o'clock in the morning almost. Because there's probably some people, if we got to turn their phone off, and I'm going to wake them up and they're going to get mad. So I'm not going to be pushing to talk, guys. Not this late hour. Dang, Greg, you're up late, says A&R Farms. I know, right? So I still got to go outside and turn off my my microgreens trailer. Give the greens a rest. Arnold Smith, she tells me to stop freaking out and nothing will happen. Well, I won't say nothing will happen, Andrew, but I say you got to keep your head on your shoulders and think. Don't panic. Best way through any situation is to think your way through it, prepare your way through it. No matter how bad it gets, you can always find some way to work your way through the worst, unless you're at ground zero where something falls right on top of your head. Guys, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I'm saying on the other side of it hits the fan, when the dust clears, we can stand up, shake the dust off, and build a far better world than we got now. And the lessons learned, the kind of stuff we're in here talking about, the things we've been trying to warn people about, the powers that be don't care. But on the other side, it's our world. A&R Farms says, me too, about to hit the hard road in 18-wheeler. Oh, wow, A&R. About to hit the road. So you drive an 18-wheeler. Hauling grain. Where you heading to, A&R? Andrew says, she's smart. Just because we ain't acting the boy doesn't mean we aren't ready to fight. That's true. That's true. You know, the guy that's always jumping up and puffing and puffing, rah, 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 I beat you, rah, rah, rah. You know what? He's the biggest coward in the whole room. You know, the tough guy, he's just kind of just sitting back, jovially laughing. Why? Because he can afford to. You go in the forest or in the savannas. What's the most playful animals? The lions. The top predators are the most playful, including their young ones. Why? Because they're king of the hill. Nobody's going to mess with you. When you're at the top, you can afford to be relaxed. You see? So that's why you prepare. Once you're prepared, you don't have to be scared. You do everything you can to ensure yourself that you can get through the bad situations. Learn the skills. Learn how to bushcraft. Live out in the woods. I call that bushcrafting. And you know what? And it's not camping out. It's a lot of fun. Never give up and trust God, says JM. You're right. Oh, Fayetteville, North Carolina, hauling from Lake City, South Carolina. Okay. Well, you know what? I was stationed at Fort Bragg 2 years. Well, almost 2 years, wasn't too fully. But I lived up in Spring Lake, North Carolina. It's on the other side of Fort Bragg and Fayetteville. Tell you what, I would fly to space tourism tomorrow if I had the opportunity. Yeah, I think I'm going to put in some. I'm thinking I'm going to buy those raffle tickets. Buy a few of them. Hey guys, see, I've got a big day tomorrow, so I'm going to call it night. All right, Lee. Good night. See you. And guys, you know what? The motors that are used on that Virgin Galactic system for the granddaddy, the grandsons and granddaughter, or whatever you want to call it, this motor. This is their grandpappy right here. Guarantee you, this motor is their grandpappy. Greg, been watching you in the YouTube. Keep hitting him, so just be careful. Oh, what I'm talking about hitting on Xi Jinping. Who what I need to be careful about there, Granny? JM says, Jeff Perkins, just a video online selling fear, fed up with it. It's not all about JM. I sell keeping your eyes wide open and head on a swivel myself. I tell you to be aware, so you don't have to be have to buy into the scare. But there's a lot of stuff out there. We live in perilous times, but it don't mean we can't do something about it. That's why I do videos like the one I just did. I showed a little bit of a few minutes ago, talking about how to take the wind out of the sails of China. There's things we can do. There's still hope. We haven't lost the situation, and if we do, we prepare so we can get up on the other side and rebuild. It's also why I promote the formation of survival tribes. No one, Greg, says Granny. Oh, all right, Granny, you got me confused now. Daniel says, Halo, the sweet Delta V Dreams tribe. Delta V is a space terminology, guys. It has to do with being able to get to different orbits. The more Delta V you put in, the higher orbit you go to. But that's the energy you put in change orbit. You also got to burn a retro rocket to drop orbits. That's another Delta V operation. Alrighty, guys. I think Inventor Lee's got it right. I'm gonna have to run outside, turn off my trailer, and I gotta behave myself here in a bit. I got things to do. So we still need those microchips. That's right. Well, Taiwan makes a whole lot of microchips, but they're actually going to start a subsidiary here in the United States. LLAP, says Daniel Twit. All right, LLAP, what's it stand for? Not a lark, so it's something else. Scrappy Cat, Andrew, even those cartoons are subliminal. Jeff Perkins says most people prep for doomsday. I prep for Tuesday. Remember, what was his name? He used to be in the cartoons. He's always eating hamburgers. So I'll pay you on Tuesday. Somebody was just talking, and I was worried you might get hit. Somebody was just talking. Somebody in the chat room saying something. You was worried about YouTube hitting me on. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, YouTube can hit us, guys. YouTube can take us down for stuff that people say in the chat room. That's one reason the mods take care of things, guys. All right, so I'm gonna do something else here. Guys, like Greg, God bless and stay free. Amen, Frozen. Stand Foot, yeah, write your song there, Stand Foot. I'm gonna come in here and look at something else, guys. Give me a second. I'm not sharing screen now, I don't think, so I'll come back in a minute and share screen. About to call it night. About to call it. I didn't mean to be long here tonight. This is my other channel, Galactic Gregs. So I got 84 videos, only 2 in the last. That's a miscount because I just put up 2. But the billionaire space ventures for all mankind and Bezos and to space and space history 2021st July. It's my latest 2 videos. If you want to check that out, just click on the video thing here. You can see I've done quite a spectrum of videos on SpaceX and life, maybe on Zealous, Russian space nuclear reactor, some of the programs I've been involved in. Here's my buddy Bob Zubrin talking colonizing Mars. Here I am from my habitat on Mars, based on my habitat concept, my universal habitat. And this was fleshed out by my friend. I got brain lock tonight. All right, well, he and I will be here. We have to do a program from here soon on my Galactic Graves channel. Sun's up, chills down. There we go. Here's my Colonize Venus First, guys. You really ought to see that video. I'll be doing another in that series. Again, more of my Martian universal habitat. Mike Glory. Mike Glory is the guy who went in this sim program called Tightly and basically rendered a habitat according to my design principles. And that's my avatar walking through it right there. It's also based on that house I've been showing you guys for some time. I've got some architectural drawings. I got to do an update on that. Stop this share. Hey, hello. We'll go in and look at the chat room again real quick. Let's see. Andrew, the more armor you put on, the stronger you will get. That's right. And our farm's good night all. I got to get to work. Yeah, I got to call in too. That's the truck moving with a scoop poop behind it. Strap cat. No, I just realized it's just an escape. What's an escape? Dinner time. Talk soon. Stay safe. All right, DH. JM. So it's called Galactic. Galactic Greg's with S with no apostrophe. Or is it Galactic Greg? That's a preacher. It's a Galactic Greg's S apostrophe S, who is a comic book guy. Mine is just Gregs. Galactic Gregs. Let's see here. Yeah, as Arnold points out, yeah, all us older guys were 21 once. When I was 21, I was at Fort Greely, Alaska. That's where I went when I was 21. All right, guys, we're going to call it a night. It's late, and getting the point, the coffee is having limited effect on me. I got a few things left to do. Well, Andrew, we just hope that, like I said, that China's bluffing. We also do need to take the wind out of ourselves. Don't buy Chinese stuff. Share my video calling for people not to buy Chinese stuff, guys. Share it wide. Maybe go viral. It would certainly help. That would help the cause. Make the video go viral, guys. Send it out. Share it. All righty, guys. We're going to call it a night. We're definitely going to call it a night now. It's pretty late. It's almost 2 a.m. here. And I'm just going to say, hey, everybody, y'all been great. Have really been great. Thank you for the super chats. We got several super chats tonight. That really helps. Appreciate that. Thank you, Mod. You've been real busy tonight, doing a lot of work. And thank you, everyone, for coming in here and watching. I want everyone to have a great, wondrous night. And, you know, we're almost to hump day here. So hang in there, guys. This week will be over before we know it. Just hang in there.